Second cross hands into carry tiger to mountain. Just as we did after first cross hands. Into single whip, facing the front wall. Of course, the first time we did single whip at the very beginning of the set, it's facing the side wall. This particular single whip is facing the other direction, facing the front wall. So from cross hands, shifting the weight, turning on the left heel, shifting back, stepping over so not to be instepped, correcting the back foot. Carry, tiger to mountain. Shifting the weight back 100% to the left leg, turning on the right heel until the right foot is 45 degrees to the front corner. Shift the weight back, hands slide down, touch down the ball of the foot, arms swing out, step, and just like that very first single whip. So from the end of carry tiger to mountain, shift back, turn on the right heel till the right toes are facing to the corner, 45 degrees, shifting all the way back, the right leg, touch down, arms out, full step on the left heel, not in steps. Okay, so we'll do carry tiger to mountain, single whip again, and then we'll go into the footwork for a new move called parting horse's mane or partition of horse's mane. So carry tiger. Single whip, shifting all the way back, turning on the right heel, shifting all the way back, touch down, flow out, step with the left heel, single whip. Now going into partition of wild horse's mane, from a forward stance, we shift the weight back, turning on the left heel to get our left foot to the corner. Shift the weight back to stand in the left leg, touch down on the right heel, and just 22.5 degrees rather than 45 degrees. And I step at the 22.5 from center line, which makes 45 degrees between our feet. So this is a new configuration. So if I have 22.5 degrees from center line and the other foot is 22.5 degrees, then I have 45 degrees between my feet. If I step 45 degrees with each foot, that means there's a full 90 degrees between the feet, which is too much. I want to stay away from that. We just want 45 degrees. So moving in this forward direction, if my feet are technically 22.5 degrees off center line, then I have a total of 45 degrees between my feet. So just slightly off center line. So there's 45 degrees approximately. Half of that. My step, if that's 45 degrees to that corner, I want half of that. So technically 22.5 degrees off center line. And I just step with what seems to be a narrow angle from the center line, but it's that same 45 degrees between my feet. So if we do that footwork from the end of that single whip, so we're shifting the weight back, turning on the left heel to get 45 degrees to the corner. So we're going for the normal, regular 45 degrees. Shift the weight to stand into the left leg. Now, the first time we step with the right foot in this direction, the first time we step towards the sidewall, that's the beginning of parting horse's mane. So now my foot is 22.5, not 45 degrees. So I step forward and over just a little bit because we still want to avoid instepping, but not right to the corner. Just half of that, 22.5 degrees. Now, we actually have to do a little correction on the back foot because for a moment, we have more than 45 degrees between our feet because this back foot, this left foot, is 45 degrees to the corner. And so if my front foot was straight to the sidewall, that'd be fine. We'd have 45 degrees. But I've stepped with that foot just off center line, 22.5 degrees. So I have 45 here plus 22.5. So that's a lot more than 45 degrees. So I need to correct on my back foot by turning on the back heel as usual, just a little bit, because I just have to correct half of 45 degrees. So I correct from 45 degrees and half of that. So now I have 22.5 on this side, 22.5 on that side, 45 degrees. So it's just a tiny, tiny correction. So from that footwork again, facing forward, that would be from the single whip, shifting back, turning on the left foot 45 degrees, a regular 45 degrees. It's just a regular correction, regular step. When I'm ready to step with the right foot, I step forward over a bit to avoid instepping as usual, and just a little bit off straight, technically 1/2 of 45 degrees. So just a little angle here, 22.5. As I shift the weight forward, as soon as I can, I want to turn on the left heel and turn the left toes just a little bit, basically halfway between that corner and the wall. I just want to correct it half of that to get 22.5. So now I've got 22.5 degrees between my feet, and then I just carry on stepping the toes just a little bit off center line, just 22.5 degrees off center line for parting horse's mane for 5 steps. So if we do that full footwork for parting horse's mane from single whip, so left toe is pointing straight to the front wall, shifting back, turning 45 degrees to start with, shift the weight to stand into the left leg, and touching down and planting the toes 22.5, shifting the weight, stand, stepping, touching down on the heel, left toes 22.5 degrees. That's the second step. Step with the right heel, just slightly off, not directly to the wall, just a little bit off, 22.5. That's the third step, so 2 more. It's a full step, but just 22.5 and 22.5 from the center line. If we do that one more time, just to be clear about that footwork, and that first turn is 45, then we need to correct it to get to 22.5. Then we step 22.5, 22.5. Okay, facing the front wall, shifting back to turn on the left heel, left foot 45 degrees, the corner, shift the weight to stand on the left leg, step down on the heel, just 22.5 degrees from center line, 22.5, Always stepping with the heel first. Just 22.5. And then one more to make 5 steps. Now, the arms for partition of wild horse's mane is just like serving tea. Our little pet name, serving tea. So if I do a few walking towards the camera, I stand and hold the ball, step, bottom hand serves tea. Top hand, therefore, does the opposite, comes down. I stand and hold the ball, step 22.5 degrees off center line, serve tea. So that's palm up. It's right in line with the leg and the foot. So that would be too far. Just on top of the foot there. I stand, hold the ball, shoulders stay relaxed down, breathing into the abdomen. Step with the heel, just a little angle, shift the weight. Bottom hand slides up slightly, top hand down. So top hand is palm up. Okay, so that section with the footwork and the arms. So from single whip, hang out, shoulders relaxed down, belly released. As we shift the weight back and turn the left foot 45 degrees to the corner, the arms just come along with the body. We shift the weight to stand into the left leg and hold the ball. Step with the heel, again, the foot just slightly off center line. Partition of wild horse's mane. Nice and straight, elbows pointed towards the ground, so not flared out. That's one. And we need to correct turning on the heel, get the left foot over a bit. So again, just a little turn to get the half of 45 degrees. From here on, we just step with that 22.5 off center line. Stand, hold the ball. As I shift the weight, that's the serving tea action. Stand, hold the ball. So just like brush knee, I don't want to be moving my arms as I'm stepping. I stand, hold the ball. After I have stepped, it's only when I'm shifting the weight that the arms move towards the next new position. So just like brush knee, I don't want to be stepping and moving my arms. I step and the shifting of the weight moves the arms. Same with serving tea. I don't want to be serving tea and stepping. I want to step, shifting the weight is when the arms move from holding the ball to the new position. So from single whip again, take a moment to relax, hang out, release the belly, arms are flowing outward. From single whip, as we shift the weight back and turn on the left heel, arms just move with the body. Shifting back, turning on the left heel, left foot to the corner, shift the weight to the left leg to stand and hold the ball. That just means the right hand opens, comes underneath, step with the right heel just off center line. And as soon as you can, turn your left foot just a little bit by turning on the left heel. It's 1, stand, hold the ball. 2, 3, 4, foot and hand are in line. 5. One hand right on top of that foot, arm right on top of that leg. Other hand is simply palm down in front of the hip. Let's take it from second cross hands. Carry tiger to mountain. To single whip. Right foot 45 degrees, that front corner. Touch down. Full step on the left heel, nodding steps. Shifting back, arms come with you. Turning on the left heel, 45 degrees to the front corner. Shifting to stand and hold the ball. Stepping 22.5 degrees. Correct the back foot, 22.5 degrees. Stand, hold the ball. Partition of wild horse's mane or parting horse's mane. Hanging from the string, breathing into the abdomen. Let's do that once again and we'll continue further. The next little section we know. After parting horse's mane is grass bird tail sequence into single whip again. Just as usually is the case after grass bird's tail, we go into single whip. Check your feet, parallel, shoulder width, hang out, breath in the belly, eyes softly looking forward, shoulders resting. And carry tiger. Single whip. Partition of wild horse's mane. Left foot 45 degrees to the corner. Stand, hold the ball. 22.5 degrees. Correct the back foot, 22.5 degrees. That's one. Stand, hold the ball. That's five. Stand, hold the ball. Step with your left heel 45 degrees in the corner. We're back to regular corner steps, 45 degrees. Shift the weight for left grass bird's tail. We need to correct the right foot because the right foot is 22.5. The left foot is 45 in the corner. So we need to turn on the right heel to get it straight to the sidewall. So we have our 45 degrees. That's for regular left grass bird's tail. Stand, hold the ball. Step to the sidewall for grass bird's tail. And as always, after grass bird's tail, into single whip, facing that direction we did originally at the very beginning of the set. Okay, let's do that again. Carry tiger to mountain. Make sure your knees are bent. Correct the back foot. hanging from the string the whole time, so you're nice and vertical, the knees are bent, shoulders are relaxed down. Belly is released. Single whip. Parting horse's mane. Left foot to the corner, 45. Stand, hold the ball, 22.5. Correcting the back foot by turning on the left heel. 22.5. Step. 3. 4. 5. That completes our parting horse's mane. Stand, hold the ball. We step with the left heel into the corner 45 degrees and over a bit to avoid the stepping. Correcting the back foot, turning on the right heel to get the right foot straight to the sidewall to get our 45 degrees. Let's left grass bird's tail. Hold the ball for grass bird's tail. Single whip. Shoulders resting, belly released. Breath in the abdomen. Okay, let's do that section again. Left grass bird's tail, stepping to the corner, correcting the right foot. Grass bird's tail.